Hi, everyone. Whew. First of all, I'm going to date this video and say Happy New Year. And then I'm going to very quickly, because I know my videos get a little long and out of control, and that's just how I talk and how I tell stories. I apologize for not being consistent with the challenge videos, and I'm going to veer off of my own carved in stone path here because I have my calendar laid out for this quarter and I'm working on laying my calendar out for the whole year. And today was supposed to be a different day and a different challenge. And I've already taken videos or recorded videos for other challenges and I just haven't shared them yet. So, my apologies for my inconsistency over the holidays. It's just how life goes. And I think if you're human, you can probably relate. So, now that we're into the new year and it is January 3rd and it's a Monday, I think I should be a little more consistent. But I am changing day 9 a little bit, even though I recorded a day 9 about connection, which I will come back to. I want to talk about something different, and I'm going to try my hardest to keep this a little more succinct than I usually do. Um, Over the weekend, over the New Year weekend, I took a little staycation. And I want to share that as a challenge for everyone to do the same in this quarter. So, January, February, March, plan. This is my challenge to you. Plan a staycation for yourself. Now, here are some caveats. A, you don't need a budget. You can do it right at home. You don't have to go to a hotel. You don't have to get out of your house. It's really nice if you can, because then you get away from the dishes, the laundry, the pets. That was a huge thing for me, was getting away from my pets. And I have a lot of triggers when it comes to my animals right now. Leaving them alone was something I was not gifted the choice to do for a long time, and now I can. So anyway, if you can get away, do that. If you cannot, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. If it's not in your budget, that's okay. Self care is free and it just requires some savvy planning. So, an agenda and boundaries. Those are your two words for your staycation: agenda, boundaries. And I'm not talking about an agenda like let's ride all the rides at Disney World and then come home with piles of laundry and a task list that we didn't do because we were gone and tons of stress. And I need a vacation to recover from my vacation. I'm talking about an agenda of how you're going to care for yourself. So, while I'm on my staycation, either in a local hotel, a local bed and breakfast, or in my own home, I will do these things. And then boundaries, meaning I will not do these things. So for me, my hardcore will not do was technology outside of TV. I don't watch a whole lot of TV when I'm home. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I am in front of screens all day long. And I'm writing or I'm working or I'm on the internet if I'm awake, pretty much. So my boundaries for my staycation were basically no technology that requires me to work or scroll or read or anything that I do on a normal day-to-day basis. TV was okay because I don't normally do that. And our staycation was in a local hotel. So, and it was cold here in Phoenix. Okay, everybody just like, grab your coat because I'm going to tell you how cold it was here in Phoenix for those of you dealing with negative 12, Erica, in Minnesota. And back home in Colorado, where I'm from, dealing with, thank goodness, the first Bigfoot snowfall of the year. It was 41 degrees here and we were really cold. We hiked up the heat in our room to 75. So I'll pause while you laugh. I'm a Colorado native. I used to shovel snow in shorts, I get it, but I can't take it now. So anyway, um, it was too cold outside to do anything. So we stayed in the room and we watched Netflix. And So that brings me to the agenda. My only agenda was to cope and connect with my partner. So coping came from triggers. And so that's part two of what I want to talk about today. Our staycation was planned more than a month ago. My girlfriend actually planned it and kind of, I think, has expressed that she wants to do it every January 1st. So wherever we go, if we stay at home or we go somewhere local, every January 1st, it would be a great way to start off the new year is, together away from responsibility. So it could be a staycation, you know, on the couch. It doesn't matter. But my only agenda was to deal with some of the triggers that had popped up. And if you know my writing fairly well, then you might know that I talk about these triggers that pop up like a jack in the box in my face. And you could just be doing the dishes and you're just like, boom, here's a trigger for you. Here's a reminder. Here's a flashback. Here's, this is all trauma and PTSD. And so, one of those things I wanted to ensure I was doing over this staycation was coping through these triggers. And this fairly new relationship I'm in requires a lot of difficult conversations because I chose to be in this relationship while I'm in a space of healing and recovering from trauma and um, coming out of a place where I was extremely disrespected and devalued and deceived. And yeah, it's tough. So I have these really difficult conversations. And over the holidays, I'd had these jack in the box triggers and just exploding in my face, boom, 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 boom. And then I'd have to sit down and deal with it and cope with it on my own. So part of our weekend away for me was I want to talk about this stuff because I want you to know where I am and I want you to know what I'm feeling and I want you to know why I don't want you to say these things or why, even though it means a lot to hear them, I can't listen to them right now. Or where I am and what my commitment levels are to you and to us and to my kids and to my family and to me and um yeah. So staycation. My my day 9 challenge now for you is this quarter schedule a staycation for yourself. Budget friendly, don't cause any stress. So you can have it at your own house if you want for free, or you can get out of town if you would like. Put some thought into it. Are you connecting with yourself? Are you going alone? Are you taking a partner? Are you taking your kids? Are you taking one of your kids to connect with one of your kids who's not getting what they need, or you're not getting what you need from them and you need that time alone? Are you taking your mom? Are you taking your sister or your brother? Or as I started, are you going alone? Because that's perfectly okay as well. And in the time, from the time you schedule your staycation to the time you actually go, think about your boundaries. What are you going to allow and what are you not going to allow? Um, I didn't allow technology for me. My girlfriend actually turned her phone off, but I work in front of screens all the time, so no technology that implied that I might be working or scrolling or wasting time. And then we had an agenda was, let's have some difficult conversations if we need to have them. Let's talk about what these Jack in the Box openings in my face have done to me and what they've done to her and how we're coping through individually and separately and as a couple. And um and then first and foremost was for us to have time to get away from responsibility, from work, from pets, from all that good stuff and connect with one another. And we did that, and we did that beautifully. So plan between the time you book your staycation to the time you go, plan your agenda and your boundaries. And if you're going to allow yourself to cope through some of those jack in the box moments that have happened recently, plan some of that self care as well and some of that difficult work so you can get through a plan so those jack in the boxes don't pop open in your face in ugly, painful ways. And we'll talk about triggers in another recording. I wanted this to be focused on staycations because it's a great way to start the year and it's a great thing to schedule every quarter if you can. Um, we'll talk about some other self care things you can fit into your week, into your days. I am opening this year now. I'm opening my toolbox for you guys to tap into, whether you're working with a therapist or you're not working with your therapist, or you're just coping through trauma triggers or PTSD, mental health. A lot of what we talk about will come from my experiences and everything that I've learned in my research and working through shame and blame and guilt. And of course, the idea that I believe that facing and naming our vulnerabilities is the biggest thing and the best gift we can give to those we love. So plan your staycation within your budget. So in your bathtub, in your closet, in your bedroom, in your home, or in a hotel, or swap homes with a friend. What a great idea that is. That's free too. Swap homes, and then you don't have to worry about all the stuff that will come up in your home while you're at home doing nothing. Well, since I'm doing nothing, I might as well vacuum. No, no, because you're in somebody else's home. So swap homes with your best friend or your neighbor, and both of you take a staycation. So get that on the calendar for this quarter. Okay, whenever you watch this, get your staycation on the calendar for this quarter, and put that in your toolbox for self care. And I would challenge you to schedule one for every quarter. So if you can get all four for 2022 on the calendar now, go do it. Keep living inside the vulnerable. Be unapologetically, authentically you, and take care.